They say your greatest enemy lives inside your own mind. Not the world, not other people, but the voice that whispers, "You are not enough." You try to silence it. You try to outrun it. But the more you fight, the louder it becomes. Until one day, you realize, the enemy you were running from was never the problem. It was your teacher. For years, you feared the dark parts of yourself. The anger, the envy, the hunger to be more. You've buried them deep, pretending they don't exist. But the truth is, they were never your enemies. They were the parts of you that refused to die. The darkness you hide from is not trying to destroy you. It's trying to complete you. It's the mirror, showing you everything you're too afraid to see. The parts that still bleed, the wounds that still whisper, "You are not enough." But listen carefully. Power doesn't come from denying the darkness. It comes from understanding it. Because once you face it, it loses control over you. And that's when something changes. The fear fades. The noise stops. And in that silence, you realize, you don't need to control anything anymore. Not people. Not outcomes. Not even yourself. You drop the mask. You stop chasing the image of who you think you should be. And for the first time, you breathe, not to survive, but to simply be. Real power isn't the ability to bend the world to your will. Real power is the ability to stay still while the world bends itself around you. When you no longer need control, you become untouchable, because nothing outside you can touch the peace that lives within you. When you finally understand how the game works, you stop playing. Because the moment you stop chasing power, power begins to chase you. You no longer fight for control. You move through the world with quiet confidence. Every step measured. Every word deliberate. You don't need to prove you're strong. People can feel it without you saying a word. You stand still while others rush, panic, compete. And the world begins to orbit around your calm. That's the paradox of power. When you no longer seek it, you become the center of it. Your presence alone becomes influence. People listen, not because you demand it, but because your silence carries more weight than their noise ever could. You've seen how fragile control really is. How easily fear turns kings into slaves. But when you have mastered your own mind, no throne can tempt you. No crown can corrupt you. You realize, the world doesn't need another manipulator. It needs a mirror. Someone who has walked through darkness and come back, carrying light. Power is not something you hold. It's something you become. Like water, it flows through you, adapts to everything, yet remains unchanged at its core. The weak chase control. The strong flow. Because control is fear, wearing the mask of power. But flow is power wearing the face of peace. You begin to see, there's no light without darkness. No strength without struggle. No awakening without the fall. Every wound you hated was a doorway to yourself. You don't erase your past. You integrate it. You take the darkness in your hands and shape it into something beautiful. That's alchemy, turning pain into power. And now, when you stand in silence, people can feel the gravity of your peace. You don't need to speak loudly anymore. Because truth speaks for itself. In the end, power was never about domination. It was about integration. The day you stop fighting the world within is the day the world outside finally bows to you. Master yourself. The rest will follow.
There are lessons in life that you must learn, or life will keep teaching them to you in the hardest ways possible. You'll lose opportunities. You'll lose yourself. And you'll get lost in things that don't really matter. You'll try to please everyone. But in the end, forget the one person who truly needs your attention, you. You'll hold on to the past, while your future is quietly waiting for you to move forward. You'll seek validation from others, not realizing that real change begins only when you validate yourself. Life doesn't change because you wish it to. It changes when you change. Your thoughts, your reactions, your self-respect. And until you learn these lessons, changing your life is almost impossible. You lose yourself the moment you try to become everything for everyone. Because when you divide your soul to please the world, nothing is left for you. One of the first signs of maturity is realizing not everyone is meant to walk with you to the end. Life is like an elevator. To go up, you sometimes have to stop and let a few people off. True confidence doesn't come from what others think of you, but from knowing who you are, where you're going, and not needing anyone's approval to keep walking. Don't fear failure. Even if you fall, you're still further ahead than those who never tried. A strong mind will always defeat temporary emotions. And only when you step away from distractions can you see the path that was meant for you all along. There will be moments when you ask yourself, why do I keep getting hurt, even when all I want is to be kind? The truth is, the wounds you refuse to face will keep repeating themselves through different faces, different stories. Asterisk asterisk. You can hide, you can pretend. But pain doesn't disappear. It just sleeps, waiting for the moment you're too tired to fight back. We often forgive others more easily than we forgive ourselves. We blame ourselves for trusting, for loving, for not being strong enough to leave sooner. But listen, healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means you can remember, without breaking again. Stop blaming the past. No one can hurt you forever unless you allow them to. The people who broke your heart were just lessons in disguise, teaching you how to protect your peace, how to love yourself, and how to walk away with gratitude instead of regret. Because when you finally accept every part of yourself, the light, the darkness, and the pain, that's when healing truly begins. One day you'll realize, life doesn't change just because you want it to. It changes when you take responsibility for everything happening to you. Not your parents. Not your circumstances. Not fate. Just you. We often say, I can't. But most of the time, that really means, I don't want to try hard enough to make it happen. Discipline isn't a prison. It's the freedom to choose what's best for your future. Instead of giving in to what feels easy right now. Stop blaming others for what you haven't achieved. No one is coming to save you. There is no miracle that will suddenly fix your life. Only your actions can do that. Don't fight the old, build the new. Step by step, day by day. Every time you choose the hard thing, you become stronger than your excuses. Because true freedom isn't doing whatever you want. It's having the power to control yourself. When you finally stop needing to be like anyone else, you start seeing the real beauty in being yourself. No more comparisons. No more competing. Just you, growing quietly, peacefully. You'll learn that not everyone who leaves is a loss. Some people come only to teach you how to love yourself. And once the lesson is learned, they move on. You'll understand that boundaries aren't selfish. They're a declaration that says, I respect myself. And when you respect yourself, the world starts to respect you too. Don't fear being alone. That's when you truly meet yourself. Don't fear failure. That's proof that you're still moving forward. Every choice, every habit, every thought is shaping the person you're becoming. No one can change your life for you. Only you can. And until you learn these lessons, life will keep testing you, reminding you that you weren't born just to survive, but to become the strongest, most authentic version of yourself. Headphone asterisk until you learn these lessons. Your life will keep repeating the same patterns. Until you finally decide to change. Asterisk.